This is about simple equation. Alright, so for instance, A says 2x minus 3 equals 5. What do we do to solve this? You may need to be audible, please. Try and speak up. So what do we do? Okay, I really wish you could be more audible than this.
I said you move the minus 3 to the other side.
Oh, that's cool. We move the minus 3 to the other side. It becomes plus 3, isn't it? Alright, so while you say that, I'll write it down. That's correct. 2x equals, you know, you write the 5 that is already there, and then you move the minus 3, it becomes plus 3. So minus 3 was here, you moved it, it became plus 3. Then you wrote the 5 that was there. Whatever 5 had, you will retain it because it was a plus. That's why you left it as plus. Okay, so let's go.
Why did you make it plus?
Do you mean the 5? No, 3 was minus 3 now. It was minus 3. When it moved to the other side, it became plus. You know, whenever it moves across the equality sign, it changes its sign, isn't it? Alright, can we continue? Go ahead. What do we do next? Please, you need to move closer to your laptop so that you can be more audible. 2x equals 8. Alright, what do we do next? So we divide both sides by 2. At this point, whatever is attached to x, we divide both sides by 8. Both sides by 8. So I could actually say divided by 2, divided by 2. And that will finally give me x equals 8 divided by 2 is 4, isn't it? Alright, that's the answer. Let's go to the second question. Let me zoom it in a bit. The second question, B, what do we do?
Minus 2 to the other side and 3x to the other side.
Good. I move minus 2 to the other side, and then also move 3x to this side. That's what we call collecting like terms. Put the terms that are similar together. 5x is similar to 3x. They all have x, so they will be together. Minus 2 is similar to 8 because they don't have any x. They are just numbers. I'll also put them together. So let's do that. So I'm going to have, in doing that, I need to write 5x first, isn't it? That is on this side, isn't it? So I have 5x, and I move, you said I should move 3x to the left-hand side, is it not? So it's going to move across the equality sign. So what should I write after 5x?
Right. Minus 3x.
Okay, it's minus 3x because 3x has a plus here, even though it is not shown. You know, anytime you write a number without a sign before it means it has a plus. And anytime something is crossing over to the other side of the equality sign, it changes its sign. So plus changes to minus. So we now have 5x minus 3x. Okay, so equal to, I collect the numbers. What should I write first?
Plus 8.
So I write plus 8. You could write it as plus 8, or you just write 8, because if you write 8, it means the same thing as plus 8, okay?
Plus 8. Plus 2.
Plus 2, because the minus 2 will cross over and becomes plus 2. So plus 8 plus 2. By the way, the 8 that I had there will still become plus 8. You don't need to show the plus, because it's still on the same side, 8. So it will still be a plus a, but the minus 2 will move across. Once anything crosses the equality sign, it changes its sign from minus to plus, from plus to minus. So it is a minus, it changes to plus. Okay, so eventually we're going to have, so solve this. Solve this, and then you solve the other one too. Let's go.
Then you do 5x minus 3x, 2x.
5x minus 3x gives 2x. Okay. Now equals 8 plus 2 gives 10, isn't it? Okay, so what do we do finally?
Then you do 2x divided by 2.
So I divide both sides by 2 also. Whatever is attached to x is what you divide it by. So what will be left will be x. So x will be equal to 5, which is the answer. Let's go to the next one, C.
Okay, so you move the x to the other side and 1 plus 1.
I move x to this other side. It has a plus here, so it crosses over and becomes a minus. So I'm going to have 5x, which is already here. I write it. Then plus x would cross over to meet it. Remember, it's a plus x because there's no sign before it, so it means plus. When there's no sign before it, it means it's a plus. So it crosses over and becomes minus x. Then equal to, I collect the numbers. I've collected the ones with x together, which is this. I'll collect the numbers. What do I write first?
You write plus 13.
Plus 13, which is the same thing as just writing 13.
Minus 1.
Minus 1. Because this plus 1 will cross over and becomes minus 1. Okay, 13 still retains its sign because it's still on the same side. Okay, so what does this give us? 5x minus s will give you what?
4x.
4x, because this is saying 5x minus 1x, even though there's no 1 shown here, but it actually means 1x. So 5x minus 1x will give you 4x. So that's 4x equals 13 minus 11. I think that's 12, right? So what do we do at this point?
You do 4x divided by
We divide both sides by 4, and that will give us x equals 3. Okay, so this is what we have now. This is what we have so far.
Yeah.
Just a moment. This is what we have so far. So we go to the next one, D. Let's go to D. Let me zoom it in. All right, let's go.
So you move the plus 5 to the other side.
I move the plus 5 to the other side. The plus 5 will cross over to this side. Let me even show a sign. Let me show a sign to show that it's going to cross over to this side. Why the 6x will cross over, is it not? We also cross over to this side. That's collecting like terms. Okay, let's do that.
And then you do 3x
3x
minus 6x.
minus 6x. You know, you write 3x first. This 6x has a plus. It crosses over and becomes minus. Okay, so equals. I've collected the number, the x's, the numbers now.
Then you do minus 1.
Oh, good. I like that. You know, because what you have here is minus 1, so you still write it as minus 1. And then what's crossing over? You know this minus 1 here will still be written as minus 1 before we cross anything. Because the plus 5 crosses over and becomes minus 5. So minus 5. Okay, so what would that give us? Okay. What's 3x minus 6x?
Minus 6x.
Say that again. 3x minus 6x.
Minus 3x.
Minus 3x. Because you have 3 is a plus, and you are owing 6. When you pay with the 3 you have, if you are going to pay for the 6 you're owing, you will still be owing 3. So it's minus 3x. So minus 3x. So 3x minus 6x is minus 3x. Equals what?
And then minus 6.
Minus 6 because you owe 1 and you owe 5. So you owe altogether 6. So minus 6. So what do we do? What do you do at this point?
And you do minus 3x divided by 3.
Say that again.
Minus 3x divided by 3.
Okay, it's actually minus 3x divided by whatever is attached to x. What is attached to x?
Yeah, so minus 3.
Okay, so it should be minus 3x divided by minus 3. Take note of that. It should be divided by whatever is attached to x. Also, and what is attached to x is minus 3. So it should be minus 3x divided by minus 3. At this point, you also do minus 6 divided by minus 3. Is it not? So what do you have?
And then that makes
That will give us what?
that gives you minus 1.
No, check it again. You know the minus 3, we cancel out minus 3.
Oh yes, that just makes sense.
That's the essence of dividing it by minus 3.
Then you'll get minus 2. X equals minus 2.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's minus 6 divided by minus 3. What will it give you? Look at this. When you are
Divided by 6.
when you are multiplying or dividing, if the signs are the same, the answer will carry a plus. If the signs are not the same, the answer will carry a minus. That's what I wrote here.
Okay, plus 2.
Plus 2. So whenever you're multiplying or dividing, if the signs are the same, the answer you get will carry a plus. If the signs are not the same, the answer you get will carry a minus. So in this case, let's check. The signs are the same. The upper one, the numerator is minus 6. The denominator is minus 3. Both of them are minus and minus. The signs are the same. So the answer will carry a plus. The answer is actually 2 because 6 divided by 3 is 2. So it will carry a plus. So x will be equal to x equal to 2. You can write 2 or you write plus 2. It's the same thing. If you just write 2 without the plus, it's the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the next one. Okay, further examples of what I just said. For instance, minus 10 divided by minus 2 is equal to 5 because both signs are the same, so the answer will carry 5. Minus 2 times minus 3. First of all, you do 2 times 3 and that gives 6. The signs are the same, so the answer will carry a plus. You can write plus 6 or you just write 6. But this one, minus 6 divided by 3. First of all, you do 6 divided by 3, which is 2. the numerator has minus, the denominator has a plus. Even though it is not shown, it means it has a plus. The signs are not the same. So the answer will carry a minus. Minus 5 times 3. 5 has a minus. 3 has a plus, even though it is not shown. The signs are not the same. So the answer, which is 15, will carry a minus. That's what I mean. I hope you can hear me clearly. All right. Let's go to E. You need to be audible, please. What do we do?
You move the 2y to the other side.
Say that again.
You move the 2y to the other side.
Why not move this move all of these ones to this side? It can work too. You can move 2y to the other side if you like, or you move 5y to the left hand side. It's usually good to leave the ones that have x on the left hand side.
5y.
Okay.
And then move minus 3 to the other side.
So you have 2y minus 5y. So it's going to be 2y minus 5y, because you moved 5y to the left hand side. It has a plus, it becomes a minus. But like you said, you could have moved 2y to the other side too. It can also work. In that case, it would have been 5y then minus 2y if 2y was moved to the other side. Okay, but it's better to leave the x, the ones that have y or x or any letter, on the left hand side of the equality sign. The equality sign is like a bridge. Leave them on the left hand side of it. Carry all of them to the left hand side, and the numbers all to the right hand side. Let's go. Equals let's go.
Okay, so then you do, well, you move minus 3 to the other side.
I do what?
Move minus 3 to the other side.
Okay, I do minus 3 to the other side. But what should I write first before I move it?
Minus 4.
Okay, so I will write. You said I should move minus 3 to the other side. Good. But I have to write the minus 4 that is already there. And it is minus 4. It must be written as minus 4. So I have minus 4. So when minus 3 crosses over, what does it become?
Pardon?
When this minus 3 crosses over, what does it become?
Plus.
So it crosses over and becomes plus 3. Okay. So minus 3 crosses over and becomes plus 3. I wrote the minus 4 that's there first and took this one up over. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. 2y minus 5y. What does it give us?
Wait.
Are you sure?
Move the 2y to the other side.
I've done that already. I'm solving this now. What does this give?
Oh. 7y minus 7.
Say that again.
2 minus 3y.
Minus 3y, because you have 2y and you're owing 5. You have 2 and you owe 5. So altogether you're going to owe, because if you pay with the 2 you have, 2 is, you have it because it's a plus. 5 is owed because it's a minus. If you pay with the 2 you have, if you're going to pay for the 5, you will still be owing 3. So that's minus 3y equals, okay, let's go. What is minus 4 plus 3? Speak up. Minus 4 plus 3 gives you what?
Minus 1.
Minus 1, okay, because you are owing 4 and you have 3. Minus means owe, plus means have. So you owe 4 and you have 3. By the time you pay with the 3 you have, you still be owing 1. So it's minus 1. So minus 4 plus 3 is minus 1. Okay, so what do we do at this point? Let's go. Yes, I have this. What do I do at this point?
You do -3y divided by -3.
Oh, please, sorry, I didn't hear that clearly. I can hear it now. You divide both sides by -3. So I have -3 over -3. Then also this one over -3. So what will it give you? Are you sure? You know, -3 we cancel out -3, and that will be y left, is it not? It was. What is -1 over 3? Sorry, -1 over -3. We still give you 1 over 3. Minus we just cancel out minus and become plus. You know, the signs are the same, minus up and minus down, so the answer will carry a plus. And that answer will still be 1 over 3. Please, take note of this. -1 over -3 is not the same thing as -3 over -1. They are not the same thing. Let me write this one in blue and write this one in black. Let me write this one in pink. -3 over -1. And the other one are not the same. They are not the same. When I write this, it means they are not the same thing. It's not equal to. What does this one in red give? Tell me what this one in yellow will give. The one in yellow, what will it give? The one in yellow will give what?
+3.
+3, good. The one in yellow will give +3 because 3 divided by 1 is 3. Anything divided by 1 is the same number. But the one in red will give what?
+1.
No, the one in red is the same thing. It's just, not the same answer, but it will give you exactly what is written. So what I'm saying is this. Let me write this note. The one in yellow will give you +3. This one is +3. The one in yellow. But the one in red will give you the answer we just got, which is 1 over 3. And they are not the same. Just 1 over 3. You know. Because 1 divided by 3 is just 1 divided by 3. There's nothing you can do about it. 3 is bigger than 1, so it will just be 1 over 3. Please don't make that mistake. Don't fall for that trap. Let's go to F. This sign means they are not the same. They are different things. Okay. F. Let's go to F. What do we do in F? You see, whenever you have something like this, you can just cross multiply. Do you understand? This is like saying this is over 1. So you can cross multiply. Let me write it. Cross multiply. Cross multiply means up multiply down, then down multiplies up. X times 1, x times 1, and then 5 times 4. That's what cross multiplication means. So whenever you have something like this, something over something equal to something over something, just cross multiply, okay? Alright, so x multiplied by 1 will give you x. 5 multiplied by 4 will give you what?
5 times 4 is 20.
Pardon?
5 times 4 is 20.
We give you 20, which is just the answer. So x is 20. So easy. So anytime you have something over something equals something over something, just cross multiply. One up multiply the other down on the other side. Then also one down on one side multiply the other up on the other side. So this time this, which is x, and this time this, which is 20. X times 1 gives you x, or 1x. 5 times 4 gives you 20, so which is the answer. Okay, let's go to H.
What is that?
What do we do here? You see, whenever you have a number, by the way, first of all, just like I did for this 4, it's just 4, no number under it.
Oh, you thought those 2 questions were part of the same question.
Yes. Oh, this is a different question. Sorry. That's another question. Like it's another one now. H. All right. By the way, I was trying to tell you that if you have a number without anything under it, just write that number over 1. So this becomes 4 over 1. Okay, let's go.
Okay,
So the same thing, you're going to say 6 over 1, isn't it? You're going to say this one will be 6 over 1. Do you understand?
yes.
Before you cross multiply, go ahead and cross multiply.
So 3x times 1 will make
3x, 3x times 1 will give you 3x. Okay, let me write it down.
9 times 6 is 12.
Okay, so that's correct. 3x times 1 will give you 3x. Equals 2 times 6 will give you 12. Okay, so what do you do from here?
And then you do 3x divided by 3.
You divide both sides by 3. Beautiful. Over 3 over 3. So this will give you the final answer will now be, because the 3 will cancel out the 3 and then you have x left, equals 12 divided by 3 will give you 4. Can you see that? Alright, sorry. I can just say x equal to 20 here. Or x equal to 20. If you like. Sorry. If you like, you could have called this one x times 1 as 1x, if you like. Or you simply say x equal to 20 without having to go through all that. Okay, take note of this. Okay. I hope that is clear. Any question before you try another one by yourself? Okay, let's go to this one more I need to introduce. Go to page 19. Go to page 19. I want to introduce this. Let me introduce this type. And then some other things that will involve a bracket. Do I have anything that has a bracket? Okay, okay. All right, I will introduce that one too. So, are you on page 19? Let's do 47 and 49. Because we'll do the other one. Are you ready for it? Shall we? Please let me know if you're ready so that I can go. Yes, I want us to do it together. Let's start with 47. I want to do 47 and 49. Then before we do the other ones. So you see this 47, what do you think you should do? No, number 47. Please speak up. Yes. Number 47, what should we do? Pardon? Okay. I need to tell you that you cannot cross multiply like that immediately. Because this 2 is separate. This 2 is separate. You need to bring it together first before you cross multiply. So you need to take 2 to the other side first before you cross multiply. You can move 2 to this side. Did you get that? Let's move 2 to this side. What will it become? So I now have, it's going to be 4 minus 2, then equals only 3k over 5 will be left, is it not? What is 4 minus 2 now? 2. So I'll have 2 equals 3k over 5. It's at this point now you can cross multiply. So let me write this properly. Just a moment, let me write it first of all. 3k over 5. Okay, so 3k yes, I think we can finish it up on this side. So what do we do now? What do you do at this point? You can now, do you know these 2? What did I say you should always do to a number without anything under it? 1. You make it over 1, so I can make that over 1 now. So it becomes over 1. Then you can now cross multiply. So go ahead and cross multiply now. So go ahead and cross multiply. This time this time this. Let's go. So, good. 1 times 3k will give us 3k. So I'm going to have 3k equals 1 times 3k is 3k. So equals, then I will do this times this. Is it not 2 times 5, isn't it? That gives 10. So 2 times 5 is 10. Okay, so what do I do at this point now? What do I do at this point?
Divided by 3.
I divide everything by 3, so I have over 3 over 3. So what will be left? 3 will cancel out 3. I'll be left with k, isn't it? K is equal to, what's 10 divided by 3? I think 10 divided by 3 will give you 3 whole number, 1 over 3, is it not? Do you understand?
Pardon?
I mean 10 divided by 3, what will it give you? That's,
3 remainder 1.
yeah, 3 remainder 1. That's 3 whole number, 1 over 3, which is the answer. Let's do this, this number 48. What do we do here? Do you know that in this number 48, are you listening to me? Because this whole 9x plus 1, 9x plus 1 are together, and all of them are over 8. Because they are together over 8, not separate. It's different. Check it, it's different from this one. These ones are separate. Can you see this one I'm circling? This is 3k over 5, separate, before plus 2, separate. That's why we had to move 2 to the other side first. We had to move 2 to the other side before we started. But this one, 9x plus 1 are together before it is over 8. They are together. 9x plus 1 are together over 8. Because they are together, you can just cross multiply. You can just do what? We can just cross multiply. Now let's cross multiply. Let's cross multiply. Let's cross multiply. Let's go.
So, you do. Wait, what question are you doing?
Number 49.
Oh. So you do 8 over 1.
All right, good. Beautiful. You need to say 8 over 1 first. And then we can just cross multiply. Do you know why we can just cross multiply like that? Because 9x plus 1 are together. It's different from, if they were not together, you would have brought them together before you cross multiply. It's different from this other one, like I've said that already. 3k over 5 are separate from plus 2. That's why you have to move 2 to the other side, before you cross multiply. But this one, since 9x plus 1 are together over 8, we just cross multiply at once, because all of them are together over 8. Okay, so let's cross multiply. So what do we have? Okay, you want to multiply 1 by all of these. 1 times all of this will give the same value. So it will be...
Which is 9x plus 1.
Okay, so that will be 9x
Times 8.
plus 1. Good.
4.
And that is for 1 times this, 9x plus 1. And 8 times 8 will give us 64. That's this 8 times this 8. 64, cross multiplying this times this, 64. Then 1 times this will give us the same value, 9x plus 1. Okay, so here you start working. Let's go.
So then you divide 9x plus 1 divided by 9x.
Are you serious? When you have not collected like terms?
Divided by 9 plus 1.
No, you cannot until you move 1 to the other side. You need to collect like terms now. Have you forgotten?
the other side.
So I move plus 1 to the other side. I'm going to move plus 1 to the other side. So I'm going to have 9x,
64 minus 1.
which is 64, and minus 1.
Joe, 1 second.
Alright. Okay, since you've already finished it, I will just complete it. When you come back, we'll do the rest. So this is going to be 9x 64 minus 1. So 9x is 63. So let's finish it up here, because 64 minus 1 is 63. Let's finish it up here. So also you're going to divide both sides. Let me even write it down here. 9x is 63. 9x is equal to 63. So at this point, you know you are going to divide both sides by 9. So 9 over 9. And this will give us x equals 63 divided by 9 is 63 divided by 9. What would that give us? Guess what would that give us? As 7. So x is equal to 7. Alright, okay. So I would like you to practice these other ones. When you continue the ones I'm going to mark, like I think I will have to do one more. Let me do this one, minus 6m. Okay, let me write it down here and repeat it. Minus 6m minus 29 minus 5m. Minus 6m, write it properly. Minus 6m minus 21 minus 5m plus 8m plus 8m equals 7m plus 41 equals 7m plus 41 . Okay, so we have this question. So what we do as usual is to collect like terms. Minus 6m, minus 5m, plus 8m, and 7m. All of them should be written on one side. So we can move on to the left hand side, starting with minus 6m. So we write minus 6m. It is minus 6m because it's still on the left hand side, so it will retain its sign, minus 6m. Don't throw away the sign. It's still on the left hand side of this equality sign. This equality sign is like a bridge dividing into two equal parts. All of these are left hand side, while all of these are right hand side. Minus 6m is on the left hand side, and we're still writing it on the left hand side, so it doesn't change its sign. It still becomes minus 6m. Then followed by minus 5m, still on the left hand side, so it doesn't change its sign. Followed by plus 8m, still on the left hand side, so it doesn't change its sign. And the next thing we need to do is bring 7m over to the left hand side, and it is on the right hand side, so we need to carry it over. It has a plus. When it crosses over, it becomes a minus, so it becomes minus 7m. All the m's have been collected. We have ended up collecting like terms in m. minus 6m, minus 5m, plus 8m, all were on the left hand side, and they are still on the left hand side, so their signs are still the same, minus, minus, and plus. Then together with this 7m that was on the right, it's a plus, it crossed over and became a minus. So all the m's have been collected, we write equal to. We have a number, we collect the numbers, starting with 41 that is already there. So we have 41, and it's a plus, so it will still retain its plus because it's still on the right hand side of the equality sign, which is like a bridge. So the next thing is to bring minus 21 over. Minus 21 should be carried over to the right hand side. You move from left to right. So it has a minus. When it crosses over, it becomes a plus. So plus 21. So we can collect like terms here, like the ones in negative, just to make it easier. So I have minus 6m, minus 5m, then minus 7m, before I write plus 8m. Their signs didn't change because I just rearranged them all on the left hand side. So they didn't move to the right hand side. So their signs will still stay the same. So that's why it's still minus 6m, minus 5m as they were before, then plus 8m as they were before, and then minus 7m as they were before. I just wrote down the minuses first before the plus to make it neater. Okay, so 41 plus 21 will give us 62. So we go about this. Minus 6m minus 5m minus 7m. You owe 6, you owe 5, you owe 7. Altogether you will owe 18. So that will be minus 18m. Then plus 8m equals 62. Now you owe 18 and you have 8. You owe 18 and you have 8. By the time you pay, you are owing 18 and you have 8. If you pay with the 8 you have, you will still be owing 10. You won't be able to pay all. So that will be minus 10m equals 62. So at this point, we divide both sides by all that is attached to m. And what is attached to m is minus 10. Don't forget that everything attached to m, including its sign, don't just write the 10 alone, but all that is attached to m. So we divide both sides by minus 10, also by minus 10, and that will give us m equals minus 10 cancels out minus 10, which gives us m. Now this divided by this, 62 divided by 10, first of all will give us 6 whole number, remainder 2 over 10. So the numerator, which is 62, has a plus, is plus, even though it's not written here. The denominator has a minus, it is minus. The signs are not the same. Numerator is plus, denominator is minus. Since the signs are not the same, the answer will carry a minus. Remember, we have said that before. The answer will carry a minus. So m is equal to minus 6 whole number 2 over 10, or you can reduce to the lowest term, it becomes minus 6 whole number 1 over 5. Because 2 can go into 2, 1, and it can go into 10, 5, equivalent fractions. So minus 6 whole number 1 over 5. Now let's look at this one. You have 8w minus 12 plus 4w equals 9 plus 5w. We collect like terms. So we're going to have 8w plus 4w. They are still on the left hand side, so they still retain their signs. 8w plus 4w. Then we move the 5w from right to left. It has a plus. When it crosses over, it changes to minus, so minus 5w. That's all the w's. We write the numbers. 9 is already there, so we write it with its sign. It has a plus, even though it is not written, and it's still on the right hand side, so it still retains its sign. And then we move, so we've written the 9, then we move the minus 12 from the left to the right. It's going to move from left to right. It has a sign of minus. Crosses over and becomes a plus, so that will be plus 12. So 8w plus 4w, that's 12w minus 5w, that will give us 7w. It's equals, okay, 7w equals 9 plus 12 is 21. At this point, we divide both sides by 7 over 7 over 7. And that will give us W. Finally, W will be equal to 21 divided by 7 is 3, which is the answer. So, this is how we do this. It's easy enough. You just collect like terms and walk through. So the rest of the questions, the ones I marked, and the other ones can be practiced to get better understanding of this. Some I have already done, so you can practice the rest, the ones I've marked together with the other ones that I haven't done. Perhaps I can just do one more like this to make this thing much clearer. Let's, assuming we have something like this, we have say 2m minus 3 over 2, or just 2m minus 3 equals 1 over 5. To a minus 3 equals 1 over 5. The way they are, we can also cross multiply, particularly if we make all of this place over 1. You see, we can call this one all over 1. All over 1. You know, and cross multiply. So, as we normally do it, up times down equals down times up. So, this times this equals this times this. So, let's go. Cross multiply. 5, we multiply everything here. This 5 down, we multiply everything on the other side. So, we start with 5 times 2m. That will give us 10m. That's 10m. Then 5 times minus 3, that will give us minus 15. Remember, the whole 5 must multiply everything here because you are cross multiplying. So 5 times this, 10m. 5 times minus 3, minus 15m. So also, we are done with this cross multiplication. We can go to the other one, 1 times 1. And 1 times 1 will give us 1. So, we collect like terms. 10m is equal to, we write 1 first, and move the 15 to the other side. It is minus here. When it crosses over, it becomes a plus. So it becomes plus 60, plus 15. And that will give us 10m equals 16. So at this point we divide both sides by m, divide both sides by 10 as we normally do, divided by 10, divided by 10, and this will give us m will be equal to 16 over 10 is one whole number, 6 over 10, which is, you can reduce the lowest term, one whole number, 3 over 5, because 6 over 10 can be reduced to 3 over 5. Divide both sides by 2. 2 into 6, 3. 2 into 10, 5. So m is one whole number, 3 over 5. So that's how to go about this. All of these ones I've explained how to do it. You can write this one over 1 and cross multiply. For this one, you can move the 8 to the other side before you cross multiply, or even move minus 7h over 4 to the other side and move 1 to this other side and cross multiply. So that's as simple as it can go. You just follow the rules. Just make sure you don't throw away signs, and the signs that are crossing over should change. I'm going to introduce questions like this in the next lesson. Okay.